What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and what I want to talk about today is some good news, major updates that are currently coming out. I've been on the computer answering questions and listening to a lot of people and a lot of comments that they are getting a midday update from the IRS. Yes, this is true. What we are seeing right now, if you have not received your $1,400 stimulus check, we're getting updates midday from the IRS on that. I'll get to that in a second. We also have an IRS tax announcement that came out yesterday. I didn't address this yet, so I want to break this down for you in this video. And we also, and this is a big one, and this is something that is going to screw up everything, but lawmakers are currently discussing pushing back or trying to urge the IRS to push back the tax filing deadline until June 15th as opposed to May 17th. So I'm going to talk about all that stuff right now. First, here's what we know. According to many reports, and also many of you guys have commented on my channel, you have stated the IRS has done a midday update on the Get My Payment portal. And that's something the IRS usually doesn't do. This is the first time they have done that. So this is kind of interesting as to why. But what we are now hearing is that many of you who didn't have a payment date, didn't have a pending date, didn't know how you were going to get a stimulus check, you are now seeing, okay, it's either coming on, March 31st, which is this coming Wednesday, or I'm going to get a paper check or a prepaid debit card. So that's actually really good news as well. So what I can tell you is that we are going to see more updates on this throughout this weekend as well. So just because you haven't got an update yet, don't worry. You will most likely get one probably tomorrow, if not on Monday. So just keep that in mind. It is good news. We are starting to see more people are now getting this information. They're getting some type of update as to when their stimulus is actually coming. So just understand it may take you maybe an extra day, maybe an extra 2 days, but you will get all this information. So the good news right now, and we actually also got a major update yesterday as well, that the IRS was saying that they are sending out stimulus checks. They are going to get these out as quickly as possible, which means you could potentially see your check. You could probably see it tomorrow on Sunday. So again, and I addressed this in this morning's video, where some people, when President Biden signed this $1.9 trillion stimulus package into law, some people said they were seeing their checks already in their bank accounts on Sunday. You signed it on Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days later. Well, the IRS already sent out payments on Friday, so if that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we could see millions of people getting this $1,400 stimulus check tomorrow. Now, let's jump into some other news coming out of the IRS. Yesterday, the IRS made a major announcement yesterday as well, stating that you can now claim personal protective equipment on your taxes as a deductible expense. This was not the case before. You had to actually have a business to deduct any personal protective equipment, any PPE. Now, they are saying this can be fully deducted. Here's what we know. In order to qualify for this, it's 100% tax deduction. You must first itemize your taxes. And that's a big thing. If you do not itemize your taxes, you cannot do this. The other thing that would qualify you for a 100% tax deduction on PPE is your medical expenses must exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income. If it doesn't, even if it's 7.4, you actually do not qualify. So just keep that in mind. And according to the IRS, this is right from them, it says personal protective equipment includes face masks of any kind. Be a cloth mask, it can be a shield, any kind, okay? Disinfectants for use against COVID-19, and hand soap, hand sanitizer, and disposable gloves. That is what they are considering PPE. Anything over the top, it just doesn't matter, all right? You could even buy a very expensive face mask. I know 3M has some really good ones. They're like $150, $200. If you bought one of those, good job. You can deduct that entire expense. Now, another major change could be in the works very soon as well. what we are hearing, and this is according to Fox News and Bloomberg, that many lawmakers at this point are currently urging the IRS to push back the filing deadline from it used to be April 15th, then it got pushed back to May 17th, and now they say this is not enough time. We need to push it back to June 15th. So what we are hearing is that lawmakers are currently saying that this is not enough time. 1 month just won't do it. People need more time. The IRS needs more time as well. However, the IRS is also stating that if we push back the tax filing deadline 1 more month into June, this would essentially mean that they would miss the July 1st deadline for the child tax credit portal to be open and to be distributing funds. What we do know over the past week or so, we know that there needs to be a portal for this child tax credit for people to either opt in or decline the monthly payments. The problem is, right now, the IRS doesn't have enough staff to actually complete this task. And on top of that, they're dealing with 2019 tax returns, dealing with 2020 tax returns, and obviously dealing with sending out a stimulus check. In addition to, they have to do business taxes as well. So there's a lot of issues happening right now, but what I can tell you is that millions of families are on the verge of not getting this $300 or $250 per month payment for their children. And this is what Democrats have been saying and pretty much singing from the hilltops, that this is what is going to cut child poverty in half. But the problem right now is not the fact that, children aren't going to get the money. Yes, that's a huge problem, but the added problem with that is if the child tax credit doesn't work as planned. This is one of the reasons why, according to a few sources, this is one of the reasons why President Biden is just dead set against no monthly stimulus checks, because the child tax credit would have provided that. But if the child tax credit can't be sent out monthly like it was entailed to do, this was their goal. If it can't be sent out monthly, what do Democrats do? Well, this is one of the reasons why experts believe, as of right now, if this doesn't work and this gets the child tax credit monthly payments gets derailed for whatever reason, this would ultimately lead us to an additional stimulus check. It would lead us to an additional stimulus check, according to many experts. They say it would even have a higher chance of passing if the child tax credits were in limbo in any way. Well, I addressed this earlier on today as well. I addressed this earlier on this week as well. Also, right now there's a lot of questions regarding the child tax credit. And what we know is if the child tax credit doesn't go through, then this is going to be an even bigger reason as to why another stimulus check is needed. Now, I'm not here to tell you that, it's looking likely, we're going to get it. I'm here to tell you that it is most likely going to happen simply because everything right now is kind of falling apart. Democrats, with government in general, right? Not even just Democrats. Democrats passed this bill, wanted child tax credits to come out as a monthly payment starting in July. Chances are that's not going to happen. They want to see the stimulus checks already out. They want every single American. I think they were saying there's going to be about 158 million stimulus checks issued. Well, if there's 158 million stimulus checks issued, President Biden said he wanted it all done by March. He wanted stimulus checks out by March. Well, as of right now, the last amount of stimulus checks, 30 million checks, might go out on March 31st. He might make that deadline. But if not, and some are already saying this, it is too slow. Senior citizens are already struggling, and there needs to be more relief right on the heels of this stimulus package. So we will see. But right now, what I can tell you is there's a lot in the works. There's a lot of people working on things behind the scenes. We are getting updates, little pieces of this could be in the package or that could be in the package. But as of right now, we haven't seen a whole, okay, we're going to get this, we are going to get that, and all this stuff is going to be included. As soon as that happens, I promise I will bring you that update as soon as possible. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you guys on the next one.